Hey everyone, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode of Saturday Night Horror. Tonight we're watching a movie that we have not watched yet on Saturday Night Horror. Matter of fact, we have not watched this franchise on Saturday Night Horror, which is kind of strange to me. But we're going to do it tonight. Tonight, we're going to be watching Jaws 3, otherwise known as Jaws 3D. Now, I'll be completely honest with you, Jaws 3 is the only movie in the entire franchise that I actually enjoy. I did not like the first Jaws, did not like Jaws 2, absolutely loathed and hated Jaws the Revenge. Jaws 3 is my favorite, the only one I can watch and enjoy, and it was also the first Jaws movie I had ever watched, period. So tonight we're going to be watching Jaws 3. I have pretty good memories of this movie. The first time I saw it was actually on VHS. My parents had recorded it. I don't know if they recorded it off a movie channel or VHS to VHS, but first time I saw it was on VHS, late 90s. I actually still have that tape too. We still have that VHS, and I remember I had been watching horror for a little while now, and I've never watched a Jaws movie, so I remember we had that tape, so I figured, you know, what the heck, man, let me pop the tape in, let me see what Jaws 3 is all about. And I loved it. I love the fact that it takes place in SeaWorld, Florida, which in reality was SeaWorld Orlando. You have a 35-foot great white shark on a killing spree in SeaWorld. It doesn't get any better than that. So yes, definitely looking forward to watching Jaws 3 tonight. We're also going to be cooking tonight. We're going to be making big beefcakes fall apart burgers, and after that we're going to be making Reese's chocolate chip or chocolate peanut butter cookies, excuse me. Now you're probably wondering, what in the heck are big beefcakes fall apart burgers? Basically they're burgers with my own special blend of ingredients mixed in with the meat. Unfortunately, with the ingredients that I use, the meat does not pack together and hold. So once you start cooking them and flip them over, they fall apart. They're messy, they're ugly, but folks, I'll tell you what, they are delicious. So yeah, tonight, Jaws 3, big beefcakes fall apart burgers, Reese's chocolate peanut butter cookies. Man, that's hard to say, believe it or not. So with that being said, let's go to the kitchen. Let's make all this stuff. It's going to take a while. After that, we'll watch the movie. When it's over, we'll come back and talk about it. So let's head out of the kitchen. Let's get started on these burgers.
Alright everyone, here's the ingredients for our big beefcake fall apart burgers. Of course we have our buns here, ballpark honey buns. Of course we have our hamburger meat. We have Worcestershire W sauce. Good God, I can't ever say that right. We have soy sauce, barbecue sauce, honey, yes sir, cilantro, oregano, a little bit of cheddar cheese, and 1 egg to kind of try to hold it together, even though it won't work. So yeah, that's the ingredients. Alright, we've got our meat in this bowl, and we're going to slowly add everything together. Excuse me. First up, we have barbecue sauce. Stay a generous portion here. Not too much. Alright, now that we've got our barbecue sauce in, time for our W sauce. Another generous portion there as well. Alright, up next, soy sauce. And as always, generous portion. Oh yeah. Alright, after that we have our honey. Alright, and well, maybe hold on. Okay, the honey would not come out of the container, so we don't have any honey. Time to throw it away. It's probably gone bad. Next up, oregano leaves. Another generous portion. Oh yeah. Alright, up next, cilantro. I love cilantro. And, as always, a generous portion of this as well. I said generous. There we go. Alright, almost done. Next, we have a little bit of sharp cheddar cheese. We're just going to dump that in there as well. Not too much of that, but there we go. Now I've got to mix it all up. And we added our egg, so yeah, almost forgot, we got to add the egg. So yeah, that is everything. Now we're going to mix it up. Okay, so I got the tripod. This is as high as the tripod goes, unfortunately, so you'll have to bear with me as I mix this up here. Oh yeah, this tool is lovely. So we're just going to mix this up, and we'll come back when it's all done. I'm not going to film mixing the entire thing. I don't know how long it's going to take, but yeah, when it's done, we'll come back and see what it looks like. It's going to be juicy. Alright, so this is what it looks like, and as you can see, like I said before, man, these burgers, it's just not consistent. It's not, I guess, dry enough to really compact and stay together, so that's why they fall apart. Got the pan heating up. We're going to make patties out of this, throw them in that pan and cook them. Alright, so we got 3 burgers here, and would you believe there's still meat left over from that little piece? So we're going to have leftover burgers. Yeah, I do not have a grill, so all my burgers have to be cooked through a pan, unfortunately. But we're just going to cook these for a little while and flip them over. Alright, we flipped them over, letting the other side cook, and as you can tell, they completely fell apart, which I was expecting, hence fall apart burgers. Alright, so time has passed, and this is the finished product. Yes, sir.
You did. You crazy son of a bitch, you did.
Alright, so we have our food. Now we need something to drink, and I just realized I have been recording in mono the entire time instead of stereo, so sorry about the voiceover sounding like crap. Alright, let's get our drink, man. Let's go over to the fridge. Yes, sir. Let me put the camera down. Alright, we got our drink. Let's go back in the house. Say goodbye to the garage. Turn off the garage light. Alright, here we go. Coke and burgers. It's time to make some cookies. Alright, so here are the ingredients for our cookies, and I did eat the burgers first, so this is like an hour later. Yeah, we have baking soda, peanut butter chips from Reese's. We have butter, Hershey's cocoa, salt, vanilla, 2 eggs, flour, and sugar. Oh yeah. And here's a blast from the past for y'all. Charles chips, excuse me. My mom said she used to get those when she was a kid. Alright, here we go. The first thing we need to do is mix our flour and our cocoa. So we're just going to dump all the flour into this bowl like so. Alright, got the flour in the bowl, and now we're going to dump our cocoa in there as well. And basically all we're going to do is we're going to stir this together and set this to the side for now. So let me get a spoon. Alright, I almost forgot we have to add baking soda as well. I'm getting ahead of myself. So yeah, Add baking soda in there. Add our salt as well. I really got ahead of myself. Good gosh. So yeah, flour, cocoa. Alright, stir it together. And let me put the camera down. This ain't working one-handed. Okay, so there it is. That's the flour, cocoa, salt, and baking soda all stirred together. And we'll just set that to the side now and do our other stuff. Alright, so in our mixer, our KitchenAid mixer, which I absolutely am in love with, we have our sugar and our butter. Alright, and we're just going to beat the sugar and the butter until it's nice and fluffy. And I had to put this on silent because we had people cutting the grass, so a combination of the mixer and lawnmowers and weed eaters was not cool. It was a bit much. So yeah, we'll just mix that up. Alright, so we mixed it all up and I dumped our vanilla and our 2 eggs in there. We're going to beat that all together. And like I said, man, I love this KitchenAid mixer, man. This thing is freaking awesome. Like I said last week, I will never use an electric hand mixer again. But this thing is absolutely amazing. It's so much easier and it mixes so much better. Yeah, we're just gonna keep that going. Mix all that together. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, I think that's good. Now we have to add our flour cocoa mixture into that. Alright, so I was a little aggressive. I dumped the whole flour cocoa mixture in there and we're just going to mix it all up. It's getting late. I want to watch my movie and we just made a mess, but it's cool because we'll clean it up. So yeah, we'll just mix all this together real well. So this will take a little while, so we're not going to show the whole thing, but we'll see the aftermath. Alright, so we're just about done mixing up the dough here. Like I said, this KitchenAid works real well. That's done. That's good to go. Oh yeah. That is good, my friends. Now we just have to add our Reese's peanut butter chips. And we'll mix it up one more time just to get those peanut butter chips mixed in. And then we'll be ready to form them into balls of dough and bake them. So yeah, we'll just mix this up real well, and I'll clean up a little bit while that's mixing, since I made a mess. Bad beefcake, bad. Okay, so we're done. Everything's mixed up. We're going to get the dough off of this beater. We're going to roll the dough up into little balls, put them on a cookie tray, stick them in the oven. Alright, so here we go. Here's the first batch. Got them all rolled up. I know they look like little turds, but they taste so good. 350 degrees. We're going to bake them for 10 minutes. Okay, here is the end result, and these are a lot darker on camera than they are in person. These are actually dark brown. They're not as dark as they look on camera. But yeah, that is it. Those are the Reese's chocolate peanut butter chip cookies, and I don't know why I made that small one there. That was really stupid, but it is what it is. So let's go out in the front rooms, watch a movie. And once again, Tiger has jumped up here to join me. He's not watching the movie, he's taking a nap, but that's fine. It's always nice to have a cat up here. So there's my little buddy up. Now he's awake. Alright everyone, Jaws 3 is done, and it was fun, man. I love it. Like I said, this is the only Jaws movie I enjoy that I can actually sit down and watch, and I never get tired of it. Just the setting is what does it for me. The fact that you're in SeaWorld with all these people in the park, celebrating, grand openings, walking around, enjoying everything. And at the same time, there's a 35-foot killer great white shark on the loose. It's awesome, man. I love it. The 80s setting, you know me. I love 80s movies. I love 80s horror. They even have a landline phone in this movie, which a lot of people are like, what the heck does that mean? So yeah, definitely loved it. A lot of people crap on this movie though. Jaws Revenge is widely regarded as the worst in the franchise, and Jaws 3 is probably the second worst. It was a success at the box office, but man, people absolutely crap on this movie. They hate it. And I don't get it, man. I love it. The 3D effects are cheesy. Let's be honest, they're extremely cheesy. And I did remember when I started watching this that I do have the 3D glasses. Matter of fact, I think I have them right here. Yeah. Give me a minute. I should have took these out before I started recording. Yes, sir. The Friday the 13th Part 3 3D glasses. So yeah, I got the 3D glasses. So in actuality, I probably could have watched this movie in 3D. But I didn't think about it, so now I'm going to have to go back and watch them with the glasses. So yeah, the 3D effects were blatantly obvious, even if you don't have the glasses. They were extremely cheesy, but they're fun, man. That pretty much describes Jaws 3 in its whole, in its entirety. It's cheesy, it's goofy, the plot is absolutely ridiculous. The events are absolutely ridiculous. The way they kill the shark at the end is absolutely ridiculous, but it's just so much fun that it really doesn't matter. I mean, the movie's just so much fun. Like I said, the SeaWorld setting just does it for me. I absolutely love it. It also stars one of my favorite actors, Louis Gossett Jr., who to me will forever be Chappie Sinclair, his character from Iron Eagle. But Louis Gossett Jr. had a starring role in this movie. Dennis Quaid was in this movie as well. He played if you remember Jaws 1 and 2, you had Sheriff Brody, played by Roy Schneider. Jaws 3, Dennis Quaid played one of his sons. Gosh, I can't remember his first name now. He was one of the Brody kids. The other Brody kid was in this movie as well. So yeah, the Brody family is in every Jaws movie. Unfortunately, they just cannot get away from these sharks. But yeah, Jaws 3, like I said, not the greatest horror movie around, but definitely one of the most, it's a fun time. It's a really fun movie. That's the best way I can put it. If you watch this, you're going to have fun with it. And let's be honest, folks, a lot of horror movies centered around animals just are not very good. There are not a whole lot of animal horror movies out there that are good. This one was good to me. This one was good. This one was fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And like I said, man, I can never get tired of watching Jaws 3. Ridiculous plot aside, extremely cheesy 3D effects aside, it's not bad. It's not as bad as people make it out to be. It did have a lot of production issues. You had you had people quitting. Roy Schneider was asked to be a part of this movie. He laughed at it and said that nothing in the world could convince him to star in Jaws 3. The star of the movie, Dennis Quaid, went on record saying that he did more cocaine filming this movie than he ever did in his whole life, and that he was high on cocaine in every single scene that he appeared in. Now, whether or not that's true, who knows? I mean, he could be talking out of his ass, but yeah, a lot of the actors involved with this movie thought it sucked. It is what it is, man. It's not very favorable among critics. It's not very favorable among the Hollywood actors, but if you're looking for a fun time, a killer shark running loose in SeaWorld, like I said, you can't go wrong with that, man. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can say for Jaws 3. It's just not the greatest movie in the world, but it's a fun movie. It's definitely worth your watch, worth your time, worth a watch. If you have not seen it, I definitely recommend checking it out. I'm in the very, very small group. Matter of fact, I might be the only person in the world who thinks Jaws 3 is the best of the Jaws franchise. That's just me. So yeah, pretty short episode this week, I think it'll be. Don't really have a lot to say, man. It was just a fun movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it and look forward to watching it again. So with that being said, appreciate y'all watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. I'm sure once I'm done recording, I'll think of some more stuff I probably wanted to say, but that's how it usually goes. So yeah, Everyone, I appreciate the positive feedback for the return of Saturday Night Horror last week. That was awesome to see. Glad y'all enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed this episode as well. As I said last week, I'm not going to reveal the next week's movie anymore because most of the time I have no clue what I'm going to watch until after I'm done recording or until that Saturday night. So, man, next week, who knows what we'll be watching. So with that being said, appreciate y'all watching. If you made it to the end, you're freaking awesome. I hope y'all enjoy it, man, because I definitely enjoy making these for you. Definitely enjoy doing these videos. So that being said, I'm going to go. Appreciate y'all watching. Do check out Jaws 3. It's, like I said, if you want a fun shark horror movie, Jaws 3 is it. So anyway, guys, hope y'all have an awesome weekend. Hope y'all have an awesome week. And I'll see you next week on the next episode of Saturday Night Horror. Oh, and before I go, there's a friend of mine on YouTube, his channel called The New 80s Revolution, and if I can remember, I'll put the link down below. He's starting his own horror show. He's even said that he stole my idea. But, I mean, it's cool. He's going to be cooking, watching horror movies, and talking about them like I'm doing. He has more money than I do, so he can probably afford to cook every single week. But yeah, definitely check his out. It's called the VHS Horror Show. As of right now, he has not released the first episode. It's supposed to be this weekend, so we'll see what happens. Definitely check him out, man, and don't get mad at him for doing the same kind of show. He actually texted me before he did it, asked me if I was cool with it. Why wouldn't I be? I mean, I don't hold the patent or the permit on doing these kind of shows. I'm sure I'm not the first one to do them. I'm sure he won't be the last. So definitely check his out. Please keep checking mine out as well. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next week. Y'all take care.